from, along with the attorney for
Attorney Shanquella Robinson.
Mm-hmm. Yes, have decided to write a letter. You did write a letter to the White House. The White House has in its possession, they've acknowledged it, the letter. And you're calling for either Mexico extradites the one suspect back, because the thought is if you get that one suspect and they're now in custody, that they will talk and others will be brought in. If not that, you want the United States to take jurisdiction over that.
Right.
And the question, can the United States take jurisdiction? I've been told by national security officials it cannot happen. It has to be a Mexico issue. Now, what are you hearing since this letter?
Right. So first of all, I think what's important here is that Attorney Shanquella Robinson, because trying to call on the telephone and talk to people and ask questions on her fact-finding mission was very difficult. So she decided, let me just go and speak to authorities and other people just to find out what we can also, information that we need, because the federal government, as we know, whenever they're involved in most cases, and we've covered, you have covered many cases that I've been involved in, so we know that the general statement is they can't tell anybody information, that it is being kept under tight lock for the sensitivity of their investigation. So they say that all the time is standard. So therefore, the family was very, very concerned, anxious, as anyone would be, and they asked their attorneys to go and be on a fact-finding mission. So Attorney Shanquella Robinson did that. And as she spoke with the authorities there, they were very clear. They said, we would like to have her extradited to Mexico, and we have already submitted all the paperwork necessary. If the U.S. government does not want to extradite, we are willing to turn over the case so that they can prosecute in America. So the Mexican government has said, we've done everything that we need to do. Now, they also said, which I think is important, if there is another piece, an outstanding piece that we have not handled, please let us know so that we can do our job to ensure that this case is handled and that the people who are responsible for her death are brought to justice. So now, if that is not true, because, I don't live in Mexico, I live in America. So I want to believe that the American government is doing its job. So if in fact that is not true, then we need to hear something. Something needs to, this should not be a case that just drags out for years and years and there's no action on it. You don't necessarily know what happened. There is an assumption. There is a theory that is being put forward. No, we watched Shanquella being beaten, brutally beaten on camera while she was undressed, and her quote unquote friends who were videotaping it, which would be accessories, because they stood there and they watched and asked